I'm ready. I'm on. Hey y'all. That was so ugly. I'm sorry. Hey guys. We are back. Make sure y'all share this. Episode 3. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. This episode 3. I'm so excited. I'm really excited about this. But we'll get to all of the excitement first and foremost. Last episode, Happy New Year. Actually, I'm sorry. Happy New Year to your mother, your grandmother, your auntie, and your cousin, and happy birthday for the whole year. Cause yes, greetings from 2026. Last episode we had we had nice wear on. Worth good. Worth good. And that sale is still going on. So I see y'all in here. If y'all didn't get y'all worth good. I don't have it on today, but I'm telling you, it's high quality, it's warm, it's cute, and the colors are raw. The worth good still got the sale going on until January 31st. 30% off. And then apply the code leader, not lead her, to get free shipping. I'm not gonna like send y'all off because I even got something and I'm waiting on mine to come back in the mail. But I got that hoodie that I had on last time. I don't have it with me. I'm so sorry. But if you want to see how cute it was, just go on our Instagram, go on worthgood.co Instagram too. Dr. Latoya, shout out to you, girl. All right. But we here for a reason. We gotta talk, we gotta talk. And I think I'm gonna cry. If I cry, if the laugh go away, is because I started crying. I just want y'all to know that right there. Y'all not gonna see me cry. But I'm so excited. It's a surprise guest. It's not gonna be a surprise no more because we here. But this person that we're bringing to the couch, and we in a new spot. The couch not blue no more. We moving this year, y'all. We going all around the world. But the person that we got coming to the couch, this my dog. I'm gonna say something else. This my dog. This my dog. I can't say what I really want to say, but this person has been a part of my journey. Okay, this is called the LeadHERship journey. This person has been a part of my journey, a pivotal part of my journey. I done got hemmed up, laughed with. You know, if you know, then you know how we roll. But this person has been like an example of true resilience in leadership, period. In life, period, but in leadership. And I just am so excited to have this person come and sit down and like just share her journey with me because I believe this is a journey that everybody can learn from. I've learned from it for I don't know how many years it's been at this point in my life. I was a little lad, but a lad is a boy, and I was not a boy. I was a little poo poo. And the person that you see here today is really, 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 really like a large percentage of this person's leadership. This person, we talk, y'all. I had to say, do not talk to me at all. We cannot talk. Don't call me. We can't talk. Then we had a smaller conversation, and I had to plug my ears. So I was like, no, we have really, really, really good conversations full of sustenance, and I want that to be able to come over to here. So y'all, with no further ado, we gonna bring Dr. Gaylena to the couch. Come on, sit down. Woo! Girl. I'm so glad to have you. Oh my god. I don't know. And it was so interesting because I'm like, who can I bring first? Like I knew starting in January, I'm like, okay, we moving with people. And I'm like, who should I have first? And it was instantly. I said, okay, cool.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
I'm so glad you accepted the invitation. And this is gonna be good. I already know. And y'all put y'all questions. If y'all got questions in any time while we talking, just slide them on in there, and we gonna try to get to them. I can't promise, but we here. Thank you again. I said that I'm gonna get that out the way.
Absolutely.
You play a very, very important part in my life as a leader. Ooh, we had some times, we had some tabs.
Ooh.
I'm probably one of your hardest.
We're not gonna go there right away.
We ain't got to, but
Just warm up to it.
I'm probably one of the hardest people. This is just me in general because sometimes, a lot of times, I just got a head that just people we want to knock in between the wall and the dresser.
Smart.
And I got a smart mouth too. Not gonna lie, but thank you for a lot of the examples that you have shown me, even how you lead. Your resilience is one thing, and that's why we're here. Humility, endurance, and resilience. And you stood out as somebody. I'm like, wow, if I can have a little bit of that resilience, I will be able to go just a little bit further. So yeah, that thank you, Ralph, for that. Tell us about the leader, Dr. Gaylena. How did you get into this whole, like, we know you do a lot, okay? You do a lot. You do a lot. But you have a way where leaders actually come to you, and you have a, I don't know, you just have a way. You have a way, and it's just like really like, how you do that? That's kind of rough. But tell us about the Dr. Gaylena.
Okay.
The leader.
Okay. Well, first, thank you for having me. I'm proud of you. I'm extremely proud.
Stop it. This one for the crowd.
We're not gonna pause this live.
Okay,
This
come
live.
on.
No, I am. I'm proud of you for taking this challenge and opening up conversation. Because leaders, we do a lot. Most of the times, we don't speak a lot on the things that we do, right, or how we do them. And so, I'm grateful for this platform that you're actually allowing us to kind of break down what's really going on behind the scenes in our heads and for me in my heart. You asked how I lead from my heart. I lead from with compassion. I started that way, and probably every leadership opportunity I've had is because it was something that hit my heart.
Yeah, that's kind of deep.
Yeah,
that went deep really fast. Whoa. Oh my goodness.
Well, I look at it this way, and it is not, doesn't have to be melodramatic, but it's I want to be where I love being.
That's good.
That's really it.
Right.
I enjoy life. My middle name is Joy, for those of you that don't know. And my government name. And I love to have fun. Like I love to be warm. I have seen enough depressed situations where people did not like their jobs or did not like where they were, didn't like their marriages, didn't like their home life, didn't like their anything. And I don't, why? Right. You know, so why be there? So I genuinely like to be where I am, and I like to be with the people that I like. So I mean, if this is, we only have one life to live, you know.
YOLO.
Right. Shout out to the soap operas.
But my mom used to watch that. She used to have the tape.
I did too.
Oh.
I had to watch.
We had to rewind it with the beautiful. Oh, y'all. Oh,
I had to do that.
I'm sorry.
No, but I genuinely like to be a help and like to be an assistance. And I didn't really look at it as leadership first. I looked at it as being a servant or an assistant.
Okay.
Because I like to see people's dreams come true. Like I like to see their faces light up. And I love for people to see things manifest that they've been praying for or working for, honestly, working for. Because I like to see people's accomplishments or them accomplish things in life. So that's really where I kind of started with my leadership, is kind of how I base my leadership and how I base who I spend my time with. I don't like to spend time with people that don't like what they're doing. Don't invite me into something that you don't want to do. That doesn't make sense. That's why it's probably my biggest pet peeve. Right. And so when you're talking about leadership, if I've got to go somewhere, especially if I've got to be first, or I got to move forward, you already dealing with anxiety and probably fear of the unknown. You don't need to be depressed on top of that, or not wanting to be, that doesn't make sense.
It's dumb and stupid.
It for me it is.
Yeah.
So,
I think that you said a lot. You really did. You say you like to see people enjoy and people light up to
I
do
do.
what they do. I just because it's just a lot because it's a lot going in my head right now because I've seen like that behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I've seen you be that for people,
Yeah.
and then I see them get to. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cute, yay! But one of the things like I wanted to kind of ask and dig in with a lot of people come to you in transition and
Yeah.
through transition. And I believe like at the start of my like little girl life, I'm still calling it little girl life because I met you when I was in college. I was a freshman, I think. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Yep.
Wow, I'm old. But there was a conversation that we had still sits in my heart to this day. I was about to drop out.
I
Nobody knew that but
remember.
you.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm not going back to school. I'm not doing this no
I
more.
was like, girl, if you don't get the degree,
I'm like, I quit. I'm not doing this no more. I don't even know what I want to do.
spend it.
But we had a conversation and you said something to me and it has stuck with me for years.
Wow.
I'm not trying, don't crack.
Okay. Okay.
There is a sticky note
I'm holding it back.
on my mirror at home. I'm not lying.
Okay.
I wish I had a picture. But you said to me, I told you so. I mean, I don't want to go from I told you so. I want to go to I showed you so.
Yeah.
And you told me, you said, look at my life.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. And to this day, that sticky note, well, it's not been there since that conversation, but that conversation has been in my heart. And it says, I showed you so versus I told you so.
Yeah. That is definitely a model that I live by. A lot of people, uh, well, let me say this. I grew up around a lot of leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see these leader circles and I was privy because of who my grandfather was and my mom and dad were. They were entrepreneurs. They were also in the church. Those that are alive are in the church world. Right. My daddy did. My granddaddy did too, but my mom was still alive. Anyway, entrepreneurs and leaders of some sort. And so I've been around a lot of other leaders in leader circles, and I have seen where those leaders lead well in the front, but in the back rooms, in the green rooms, in the private rooms, they're a different person. Mm-hmm. And from a little girl, that I hated that. And I always, I promised myself that whoever I was outside, I was going to be inside. Like I don't have time to. Matter of fact, I don't understand having that much time, dividing your life and being a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Mm-hmm. For me, it's just, that's too much pressure. It's not even worth it. But I definitely decided that I was not going to be that kind of leader. Whatever I was outside, whatever flaws you see from me outside, that's the same thing that I got going on inside. And I know that it's important to show that. Mm-hmm. There were also things that I wish, on a positive side, there were things that I wish that my grandfather, my dad, that they did say as leaders, because people had a whole different perception of them because they did not show the struggles or they did not tell the fears. They just kind of just did it and, kept it moving. Whereas people, I don't think, could have really appreciated who they were and what they were doing. My dad did a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And it wasn't even until his funeral that I found out a lot of the things that he did, because people were coming up telling us, how he supported them when they were in jail and how he supported them going to school, or how he supported them. I mean, I was like, he did what? My dad, he built, or he was a construction worker as well. He renovated a lot of homes. I did not know that there was a church and a pastor and a co-pastor, and he went and he was a pastor himself, but he went to their church and he renovated and rebuilt their church with no money. He just did it out the kindness of his heart, and I didn't know that he did that. until, much later in his life. So, and I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but, it made me think through some things, because I saw just how giving he was, and yet the level of appreciation and the value that people kind of put in those relationships wasn't there. And so I was like, you should have said something. I understand now, you live a little longer, you understand why you just don't say certain things out loud. But
I gotta learn that.
Listen, but I tell you that the appreciation, the value that I have for living the same kind of life, because my dad, my mother too, they're consistent.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
You know my mother.
Woo, that bishop. Yes, that bishop.
Inside is who she is.
Yes.
Outside,
she couldn't fake if she wanted to.
No, and actually, I have a lot of my aunts. I got a lot of family that they're just, I don't know, I'm gonna call them thoroughbreds. They just don't. Now, I'm not saying they're not liars, because some of them I think y'all liars. I love y'all, but y'all be lying. Maybe a different perception. But you talk about some people that are not afraid to live out loud and be themselves.
Oh my
That's
God.
my family. Come to family dinners. Come to the family reunion. They are 100%, and they will not change. Like, not a fake bone. They might be a liar, but they're not fake.
I should think about
that. Makes sense.
Miss Auntie Connie. That's my favorite one.
She is not fake, man. She's not a liar either, but she's not fake.
She my favorite. She my favorite.
But that's what I grew up with. So I grew up with very authentic, integral people that were givers, that were lovers, and I guess we became leaders, but we were really just genuine people that respected and honored true relationships.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Yeah,
you said they were that
but they're not fake. They might lie a little bit.
I like that. I think I appreciate
that.
But
they're not fake.
Yeah, that's so good.
I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but
I mean, I grasped it. But like, so one of my questions I really wanted to ask, which was kind of like, well, I didn't want to talk to you because I know our conversation.
Yeah,
y'all, we have conversations, and it just be like, it's supposed to be for one thing, and then you look and the phone say hour and some change. I'm like, I'm supposed to be doing something else. But I wanted to ask you, because I've seen and I've experienced the transition.
Yeah.
You lead people through transition. And I know that's a very hard thing, especially millennials. Yeah. So a large percentage of the people that I've experienced, that you have, and myself, because I'm a millennial, that have come to you to work through and walk through some things, they're in transition. But on top of that, this is probably like a level 1, level 2 question.
Yeah.
How do you lead people in transition while you're in transition?
I think that's the best way.
Ooh.
I think that's the best way, because I have firsthand experience.
Ooh.
And one of the things that I recognize about transition or any changes and moves is that, you can be blinded by high anxiety and fear. You can be blinded by, and so you don't truly get a 360 perspective, or your ears are totally shut off from God. And so I think one of the things I've mastered is compartmentalizing things. Like, I don't get very emotional when it comes to transition, whereas most of the people that I lend support to do. Okay. I compartmentalize, and I don't take things personal, right? Because here's what I believe. I believe in my relationship with God. I really do. I believe in my relationship with him, which means, and I'm not just one of those, I love God, and I do, but it's not that, like, please help me. I get it, but I believe in my relationship with God, whereas I know that he's always trying to make me better.
Okay.
Like, he's processing me on purpose. And so when I go in prayer with that in mind, I'm like, okay, he's processing me. He's not trying to kill me. So, okay, what do I need to learn here so I can get through this real quick? It does, but it's not. Ooh. And I think that's the first part. Like, you got to trust that. So I trust that more than I trust what my last name is. Okay.
We are done. Thank you for coming.
It's a joke.
Oh my God.
I trust God. You okay?
No.
She's not okay. I trust God enough to know that He is working something in me, for me, or out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, I need to go ahead and let Him do it. Meanwhile, I need to start journaling. What am I not doing? What do I need to learn? What do I need to fix? And I mean, not that it's gonna be easy, but at least I can categorize, I can strategize, I can put some effort towards certain things, or know when I don't have it to put any effort towards. Then now I can choose my counsel, I can choose how I'm moving, and then I can get through it.
Okay.
But when I make every transition an emotional thing, like, oh, you don't love me no more, so I'm rejected. Like, come on,
You just treated me.
oh my God, like God
This is the past me.
sorry. God is not rejecting us, but He is making us better. Because you know, we are, and I've really come to this revelation, um, maybe more recently at a deeper place. But we were born in sin. We were imprinted on life by social medias, social events. We were imprinted by our parents. So we have all of these imprints that made us, shaped us. Like you said, even my influence on your life, influence things in your life, influence directions. So with all that being said, if I put that on one side of the plate, and on the other side, I'm saying, okay, but what does God want from me? What did he intend before I was even born, before I was even conceived? Because that's when He started thinking about me. Not when I was born, but before I was born. So I'm fighting through all of that, and that ain't even my fault.
Ooh.
That's not even my fault. So I don't take it personal, or as if God is, He's fighting me, like the conflict is with me.
Mm-hmm.
The conflict happened, but I get to partner with God to figure that stuff out and get back to where His original thoughts and plans and intentions were for my whole life. So I don't ever blame a person. I typically see people in transition. The first thing that they tend to do is try to find the point of contention and blame them.
That's true.
And I preferably I help people to change their mind when it comes to that, and say, hey, there are some granular things that we need to look at, but there's a bigger picture here at play, and we need to look at that first before we get into this minutia that causes people to just hate themselves, hate each other, hate their circumstances, and then paralyzed with fear, paralyzed with pain, paralyzed because of their circumstances, their social statuses, their money issues. They're just paralyzed, and they don't transition. So that's typically how I help people transition. And because I honor my transitions, and I'm typically in transitions all the time, that's how I help. Now, I will say this. The reason why I am always seemingly in transition.
I was gonna ask that.
I knew you were.
Yeah, I was like, girl, what? How you do with that?
Because I'm always growing in God.
Okay.
I don't want to be stagnant.
Right.
I personally don't want to be stagnant, because if He's always showing who He is, and the angels in heaven are always around the throne finding new things out about Him, and I'm creating His image and His likeness, then I don't have to stay in one space because you're comfortable with it. And so I actually expect transition and movement and flow in my life. I don't want to be stagnant.
I like that. That just wrapped up a lot of my life in a second, because you said something. Well, you just said you are always in transition because you're always growing. I think that's like really important. I think I'm getting to the point to understand, like, excuse me. Okay, conflict, transition,
Mhm.
let's grow.
Yeah.
Instead of like how you were saying, like, oh, let's dwell in it, like, woe is me.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what comes with the growth process of it. And once you get past the woe is me, then you see like, oh yeah, it's time to grow up some more. That is like that you wrap that up.
I think it's the perspective shift. When I finally got the perspective that the world is not against me, right? And that I can, and I mean, it may sound really, but great prophetess Whitney Houston said, I believe the children is the future. Teach them well and let lead the way. So Auntie Whitney said it. I believed her.
And I did too. We had to sing the song in kindergarten, and we had to do like this. And I'll never forget that. That's how I knew that song. And my kindergarten teacher, I still love her to this day, Miss Titus. And if you ever see this, Miss Titus, I love you and thank you because you put that song in our heart.
See what I'm saying?
And we,
but for somebody to have belief in you, that's really why I'm getting to. Like, for somebody to have belief in you, and God has belief in me. Like, he believes, he not only loves us, he believes in us because he leaves it to us to get through it. And he invites, we allow him, or we can invite him into this situation, partner with him, and become exactly what he wanted us to be, since he is the creator from the very beginning, right? And so when I think of it in those terms, it's almost like, and I love mysteries, it's almost like a puzzle, a mystery. And I get to figure that out every day with God. And it's always
you doing Sudokus with God.
I do. And I do them. I do all of the games, all of the puzzles.
Sure.
I am a puzzle person, and I like figuring stuff out. But ultimately, I won't believe that God is malicious and that he's doing these things. Right. So if I know that part, then, and I know we have feelings. I'm not saying that this negates us going through heartache and fear. I've been through all of that. But I am resilient. And I'm resilient because of my perspective shift.
So it's basically in the thoughts.
It is. It is. And I think the other thing is, I am not going to give anybody that much power over me.
The church is saying amen.
I just can't.
The church is saying amen.
The team here agrees.
The church is saying
I just can't. I don't know. As a little girl, personal story, but not exposed. Somebody one time, or not one time, actually multiple times, had power over me. But when I became, when something clicked in me, and I can't tell you what it was, but something clicked in me, and I said, "You better kill me." And I meant that with every fiber of my being. Because if you don't, and I get up from this spot, it's over. And it was over. I tell you, I've gone to jail a few times. But not because I killed nobody, but because I made a decision to not allow somebody to have power over me.
I like that. That's the resilience.
Well, that's a little bit of the west side of Chicago coming out of me. That's also just me coming to just a belief, that nobody should have that kind of control and power over you. And I sat and did what I needed to do, studied, listened, heard God to find out what that was that I needed. And in short, it was perspective. Because when you have a different perspective, you're going to respond differently.
I see that.
And your responses are going to start to guide, the next thing, right? When he orders your steps, he gives you words, God gives you word, and he tells you what it is, that immediately shifts your perspective. Now you have ordered steps. Now you can move forward.
How do you equip people who have not changed their perspective? Like, how do you, because I feel like that could be very hard to
Yeah.
change somebody's perspective and something. But you, as somebody who understands transition, like coming to me,
Yeah.
like how do you get without knocking me upside my head?
Right.
I'm pretty sure a million times you wanted to,
And probably did.
but yeah, it probably did. Oh, oops.
Yeah.
She didn't go to jail for that. But how do you change? How do you not change because that's like manipulation.
Yeah.
But how do you get someone to understand that their perspective needs to change in order for them to grow in the transition?
A couple things I want to say. The first thing I want to say is show up. Just keep showing up. Because most of the times people think that, when they come to me and they don't get it right away, um, immediately there's rejection. There's, oh, I'm defeated, and they just walk away. And um, I never shut the door. I've never shut the door. Like, and I mean, there are people. As a matter of fact, recently, I have a lot of dinner dates on the table because people realize that I wasn't the problem, or I wasn't the real pain point, but it was the fact that they're going through pain.
Cannot.
Yeah. That they are always, again, like I said earlier, they're going to try to target somebody, to blame somebody for something that they have not yet mastered. Right. So the first thing is show up. The second thing is love them. And the third thing is wait. So show up, love them unconditionally, and wait. Just be patient. And these are the three things that God does.
We're in a Bible class. I ain't even That's so crazy.
He does. I mean, when I think about me and him, because that's really the only relationship that's really important right now. Is
period.
Really is he shows up, and like, how you have encounters in prayer, or encounters at church, or encounters in the car. I have a lot of encounters in the car,
in the shower.
Oof, all these places, right? And he'll show up, and you may hear something, feel something, and then not do nothing about it. There's, there are some things that I'm just now doing that I know God told me about 5 and 10 years ago, and I'm just like, big bird, because
this is the church.
I could have did this a long time ago.
Amen.
Had I trusted God, but but he's so patient. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's so patient with me.
Then everybody.
He is. He really is. And so I, in turn, because God has done that for me, I, in turn, am now mature enough to do that for other people. Everybody can't do that immediately, but and then I think maybe if I add a fourth one, don't take it personal.
Write that down. That's good.
That's the fourth one. Like, don't take it personal. I know who I am. I know who I am in people's life, and I know that sometimes people are going to use me as a punching bag. I'm going to be sandpaper in their life. Sometimes they're going to use me to kind of figure out their thoughts. And when people say things, whether it's in anger, whether it's because of confusion, I don't hold them to those words, because I know, as a teacher, I was a teacher for 20 years, that sometimes kids just have to get the words out, and you just got to kind of get it out and then filter it later. Right. But you may just have to get the words out, because you may not have the words yet. You may not have the knowledge, or literally the vocabulary yet to explain how you feel, or how you're processing, or how you're receiving something. So just let them talk. Mm-hmm. And then after you just let them get it out. Just let them talk. Just let them get it out. Then you can help them. And me, I'm a 21 question kind of person. And I encourage people that when you journal, after you kind of just get it out, now ask yourself those questions and see if any of those things will actually stick or come back to you. If it comes back to you, it's something that you can deal with, something you can build on. If it's not coming back to you, you was just frustrated, and all of those words was just an anger and pain.
That's actually very good. Like, that's a good, like,
real practical.
Yeah, that's here goes a resource, because I never thought to like you've always said ask the questions, and I do that. Yeah. But I never pay attention to be like, okay, this really
see matter. If it came back.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
And that's you brought that up. You keep bringing up stuff and you keep erasing the question I need to wanted to ask within the question. I'm just like, oh my god, because you provided a lot of resource. You provide a lot of resources within the, the transitional period.
Sure.
But I realize now, like as I've grown up and like as I've grown, we have different conversations,
Right.
and you're able to share certain things with me, and it's like, okay, well, I see how you grew
Right.
in this. So it's like, well, if somebody else did it, I can do it. It's like, what is it called? Lift as I climb.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Like this resource helped you.
Yeah.
Why can't it help 6 more people, 7 more people, and they can help other people do that too? I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
21 question thing.
Yeah.
I think about 50 Cent, 21 questions.
Right. Yeah. I got that. I was probably in college from Dr. Mike Murdoch. He was the first one that I heard say that he used to do a phone mentorship where it was just like a hotline thing, and I would get on it every morning. I know this was a long
Tell your
time
age,
ago.
sis.
This was in the 90s.
Ooh.
This was in the late 90s, and he used to have just a phone line, and anybody could get on. And I got on there, and he would start us out with preparing us to ask 21 questions in the Father, like sit in the presence of the Lord and ask 24 questions. Those questions would help me to find what was really on my mind, what was really in my heart, what I was really focusing on, and then he would evaluate those questions. So I evaluate those questions and realize, oh, my focus is off, right? Or my focus, or I'm drilling into this direct where I need to be. Because sometimes we need to, not sometimes, all the times, we need to locate us just as much as we need to locate God or locate our next steps. We need to really locate us, because I've been in situations where when I did not locate myself, I got into relationships that I really didn't want to be in.
And you didn't like being there.
And I hated being there. I hated being married. I hate it. But socially, you have a baby at this age, or you get married at this age, or you have a job at this age. I was following the criteria that society, my social constructs has set up. Because I didn't locate myself. I did not want to get married at that age. I did not want to get married to that person, but I could not locate me. And so in a marriage where there wasn't initially a lot going on, I was not happy. And so because there wasn't a lot going on between he and I, then there was a lot going on between him and everybody else. And then there was a lot going on between me and all of my social and church and job, and I was over in all these other relationships and doing all these other things because I did not locate myself.
That's heavy. So basically, you gotta tag yourself, or you tag yourself somewhere else.
That's it. And when you wake up, you may not.
That's it.
When you read the parable about the prodigal son, that's what he says. He says when he came to himself. He finally located himself and said, I'm in a doggone pigsty. And my daddy rich.
Okay, my question is, I always think, like, was he drunk? Like, what was
he
his
probably
plan?
was.
Like, what was going on? Why was you there?
You know what? But we can all get intoxicated. Obviously, he was intoxicated with
I always think that. I ask those questions to God.
Seriously.
Be like, Mr. God, what?
Mr. God,
Was he having a rough night? Was he at what they
clearly he was on ecstasy. He was on.
He popped the pill.
He popped the pill.
And he needs it.
Listen, and when he came to himself, but you can get intoxicated with a lot of things.
Yes,
you can overly indulge in a lot of things, and it can blind you. Fear can blind you. Of course, just all of that. I won't go through the list of stuff, but just the lust of this world, the pride of life, the lust of the eye, lust of the flesh, all that. You can be blinded by that and cannot locate yourself. And that lust will make you feel like you need. And then one day you wake up, you like,
and you're probably itching and dirty.
All the things.
It just always made me think about, Cause I was a little wild in college, but
Mhm.
I ain't never wake up in no bed I wasn't supposed to be in. I'm telling you
Come
that.
on, lift your
I'm
hands.
telling you that. I was always in my very own bed, not my various own self. Okay. But I think about stuff like that and I'm like, why would I even do that? Like, why did it take all of that? And that's why I be thinking like,
Yeah.
he had a night on the town.
Yeah.
I was like, but you have to come and when you face yourself, something that I've learned, when you face yourself, you're able to then accept the help and accept the teachings and things
Yeah.
like that to grow you up.
Yeah.
I think that's really like a pillar in our relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you let me say what I need to say
Absolutely.
100%. And you like you say, you listen, but then you like, okay, well, you ready to
Yeah.
hear this? And you ready to face yourself? And then sometimes I'm not.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, leave me
And we don't
alone.
pause the conversation. Yeah. Yeah. You you have to be in a relationship or with someone when you're in transition that will listen to all of you, that will not filter you, that will let you explode, that will let you say what you need to say. I think about David, all in scripture, he was unfiltered.
Yes,
with God.
He was probably cussing.
He did a lot, and I mean he was unfiltered. But what I love about David is he could locate himself. He knew how he felt, but he also knew what he needed to do.
It's true.
And he never blamed God for where he was, and he understood that. And that is probably one of my greatest examples in that he was absolutely honest with where he was and what he felt he needed. So
okay, well, that's really that's a lot. You giving resources, you dropping balls, and like you giving so much strategy. And I'm like, now I want to go and do some work. Woo! But it's like a therapy session all in once. But I think like one of the things that I also want to ask around the transition is when the person is not ready as a leader, but they should be.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Because there have been like times where I'm like, I see this in you, like, come on. But then next thing you know, they like willy nilly, and it's nothing really.
Yeah.
It hurts. How do you
does.
deal with like that
does.
part of it where you see like they can be this and they can do this, and your heart is like so there for them, but then it's just like they don't see it. They never gonna see it in some situations. Like, how do you?
Yeah. Well, it depends on what my relationship is with that. There are some people that I see that I'm actually in business with, and there are projects that we need to be doing together, and I need them to be at a particular level, right? Um, and in those situations, when I'm waiting on them to mature and I'm waiting on them to be, where they need to be, of course, I'm going to put more effort into helping them shape their perspective. And I'm going to, like you said, I'm going to bring as many resources as I possibly can. But if they are physically, mentally, emotionally, maybe even spiritually not ready, I have to stop. And I can't do it. And then I go back to God and I'm like, okay, God, do I have to do it with this person? Or can I set this person out
and do it with somebody else?
And do it with somebody else?
But then where does that leave the person?
Oh, it's gonna leave them wherever they left themselves.
I mean, I guess we are talking about adults.
Right, because that's not my responsibility, right? It's not my responsibility. And so I have to be careful with that. Now, that's with people that I'm in relationship with, or I'm in some type of like we're doing business together. Now, let's say I have a person that that they're actually coming to me for consulting, or they're coming to me for counseling or coaching, and they're not getting it. I leave them alone.
So it's basically you don't deal with it if they're not ready.
If they're not ready, I let it go. And I have to for their sake, because if it's like the old adage where you trying to put a square peg in a round hole. You can't. It's not going to fit. And they're not ready. If they're not ready, they're just not ready. And like you said before, I don't want to move in manipulation and control to make them do something that they're not ready for. It'll come back around. It may not be me that's going to help them through the transition or to mature them to a level. It may be somebody else. And I have seen that as well. I have seen people, in their early stages come to me and things just didn't work out. They weren't ready. But then they went somewhere else to another business or another ministry or another mentor, and they got all of the things that they need. They came back and now they're a very, avid leader or avid in whatever it is that they're doing. Kudos to them. And they may even come to me and say, I was not ready and I've had that conversation with quite a few people that says, I didn't even see, what you were actually doing for me, but now I got to go do it for somebody else. And oh my God, and so that does help me because it absolutely confirms that, they just weren't ready. And I did all I can do. And I think that's where we have to understand that one plant, one water, and God can get the increase. Yep. And so it just may not be me, but it was necessary for me to play my part. Mm-hmm. They'll get it somewhere else.
So you don't waste your time.
No, you can't. You can't, because then you'll get emotionally stressed.
Got you.
And you can't do that, especially if that's not something that God said was necessary. Mm-hmm.
Well, we got a question.
Okay.
I don't know if they want both of us to answer. I'm not going to answer this. I feel like I've answered this before. But the question is, as a leader, when you encounter a problem that eludes your solution, how do you navigate the emotional, mental, and spiritual challenges that arise? That's part one of the question.
Okay.
Part two is, how do you overcome the negativity that accompanies these emotions?
So actually, I just had the situation happen.
I like real life.
Yeah, this is real life. I was in a group of because typically when you're in a leadership position, you're probably around other leaders, and everybody's not going to agree with you. And I do like the one of the responses at the table was, hey, we may not all agree, but we have to respect each other. And so if I'm talking about me amongst a bunch of other leaders, and let me say this, I've chosen to be around these leaders, then I've already scouted the fact that we at least are going to have a mutual respect.
Sure.
So we have a mutual respect. We may not agree with each other. So now if my emotions get to the place, which I'm going to just be honest, I'm not perfect, but they don't. Like, I don't go overboard. Like, I don't get emotionally tied into things anymore. Maybe I did when I was 16, but I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, I've never been that kind of person that gets emotionally exploited because we didn't agree. Because if I'm coming into a leadership position, it's not because I have an agenda. And I think that a lot of times, if you as a leader are getting emotionally spent out of something, that means you had an agenda. You had a personal agenda.
Okay.
And so you may need to check yourself to see what's my true agenda and motive and intent in this process. Because if I'm leading something or if I'm building something, it's not just all about me.
Hold on.
Okay.
That just was a bomb. You telling me? I get upset because I have an agenda.
You have an agenda.
When I'm thinking all alone, I'm like, okay.
No, you have an agenda.
Whoa.
Sister girl.
Miss Girl.
Miss Girl.
Oh my God.
You have an agenda, and it could be to prove yourself, to prove how good you are. It could be to be seen. It could be to be recognized. Because a lot of times, and I have been in this situation where there are leaders that are, that come, but they still dealing with the little boy or the little girl that wasn't affirmed. And so they came into this leadership position not to get the job done, but because they needed to be affirmed.
They start power tripping.
They power trip. And so they have the issue. God blessed me. And so I've never had a confidence issue.
Wow.
I was, whether it was I was affirmed by God or affirmed by my parents or affirmed by my community, or and I don't think it was affirmation as much as I believe in equality.
Mm,
And
that's good.
that really
When are you
foundates
writing this
me.
book? Hello?
I believe in equality. I don't think anybody is better than anybody, regardless to what position you have. So when you get in that space and you are emotionally spent,
Wow.
you might need to check
Your motive.
your motives and your intentions.
Dang.
Because if I'm a
Dang.
leader and they're a leader, they may have a better plan than I have.
Right. Wow.
And what's to that I can't say, okay, succeed, and give it to them.
I think it's more of like an insecurity thing as well as a trust issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's I find myself, because I'll tell the truth on myself.
Hello.
I find myself in those type of situations where I become like, let me check. I know now I need to check my motive because I don't trust the other person.
Yeah.
And I feel like because there's no trust there.
Yeah.
I feel like if I can't trust you.
Yeah. And that's right. And you shouldn't be in leadership circles or places with like that with people you don't trust. Woo. So then prior to you getting to that, what did you do to build that trust? Or what did you do to discover that trust? Because sometimes there's a difference between building trust with somebody and discovering trust in somebody. Like there are very authentic, like I don't have, there have been things and relationships and things I've built in a matter of a month or two, where you would literally have to trust me with everything you are and everything you have. But you don't have that kind of time to figure me out, right? Mm-hmm. Well, everybody got a track record. Mm-hmm. You should do your homework on people. The other thing is, I gotta discern.
I'm good for it.
Huh? I got right. No. You good?
I will put you in a background check.
Hello.
It's $1. I done ran out of emails. That's how many times I done it. Let me stop playing.
But you should. You right. There should have been some qualifications before you got there. Before you got to the place where you even had to trust something or somebody. How did you get there?
You know what? This is real life. And I have to kind of be careful how I say this because it's too real.
Yeah.
But in the this particular like the scenario I'm thinking of in my head, yes, I asked to be involved in it, but I did not ask to be involved with the people I'm involved with. Mm-hmm. So I think like what the challenge is, because yes, I'll throw you in a background check.
Yeah.
But I learn people's characters really fast.
Yeah.
And I learn people's work ethics really fast.
Yeah.
I feel like I tell myself like I can learn somebody's work ethic if I'm working with them every day.
Yep.
In less than a month.
Yep.
And I see stuff like that. And for me, I'm just talking about myself. I don't know about y'all out there, radio, TV, whatever we call. For me, it's hard to trust, which then I'm in a place where I need to prove myself.
Yeah.
And then now learning what you just said, my motives are off.
Yeah.
How do you flip that?
So you got to make sure that you protect all interest. So there should be some type of HR included, right? There should be some type of system management that if I fail the system or you fail the system, then you fall off, right? And that's really what job security is that if somebody comes in under the assumption that they're going to do this marvelous, miraculous job, and then they don't, is probably because they have failed the system. Now, if somebody doesn't catch that, if HR doesn't catch that, or time controllers don't catch that, then you stuck with dealing with people in leadership positions that are not fulfilling what the basic requirements are to build anything. And so then you gotta, when you get into these things, you need to look at the systems that are trusting, or that you're trusting to hold what you're building.
Okay, That's okay. You just help me.
Yeah.
Just help me. Oh.
And sometimes we have that at jobs, but we don't have that in real life.
No.
And we should.
Yeah.
Because those are standards and principles, borders and boundaries that you may not have. And so whatever institution that you belong to, you need to make sure that it has a structure that supports and serves everybody that's trying to do something inside of it.
Okay.
Yeah. And so when you can't trust the person, trust the system. Yeah.
The system gotta be.
It's gotta be tight.
Okay. Yeah. I hope she helped y'all, because I wasn't expecting this. That was good. My mind just kind of blown right now. Wow. Well, okay. Yeah, 18 to ask. I don't even have no answers to no questions if you ask me.
No. I'm gonna say this. What I love about you is I love the way you process, and I love your honesty. When you come to the place, I don't think I know another person that when they have honestly realized something about themselves, do something about it. I would that's probably one of the reasons that I've bonded to you and I trust you, is because you fail forward. And wow. I've done that as well. And so I see the resilience in you because you fall forward and you become better. And I've seen you level up at every transition. And so I appreciate that and I honor that in you. I recognize that. And I think
that's gonna cry. Stop.
That's one of the strengths of your leadership.
I appreciate that. Hold on.
Don't cry. Don't go out.
I can't believe I really cried on this camera.
I really do.
Oh my God, it's just hot in here. Oh my God.
And so if I could be a little bit more personable, she may cry about this one. But this is why I trust you with my daughter. This is why I trust you with her. The times when I can't reach her, and the times where where I'm just mom and she may not want to talk to me or can't, or I can't reach her where she is. I trust that she can process life with you. And I thank you for that. I thank you for leading. I thank you for leading in that regard. I thank you for looking back. I thank you for being the person that, once you made it, you didn't just go off on your own. You intentionally look for places and people to pour into. You are one of the major givers. One of your friendship love languages is giving. You are a huge giver. And I honor that, and I'm proud of that.
It's fake. It's hot.
So, it's the lights.
My eyes sweating because the lights.
Yeah, but I think that because of that, you're doing this, and we had a conversation about this before you started, and you wanted, people. I know we're starting with ladies, but just people in general to have a path. I do remember the conversation we had when you told me you was not going to college, and I said the devil is a lie, and get back to school.
I shouldn't have listened. Mama, she didn't help pay, so I should. I know my boy
did.
She got
Bertha had all of that. Bertha did that.
He paid not that. Don't listen to nobody that's not gonna help you pay. Mom and Dad.
Oh God! But I said, because you didn't know, you was like, I don't know what I want to do with this degree. What am I going to do with this degree?
Ain't doing nothing with it.
Right. And I said, it don't matter. I said, because most jobs, they just want to know that you have one, because what it says is that I finished. And I think I told you then, I said, I went to school for radio and broadcasting.
Yes.
We have podcasting now, but you don't see a whole lot of radio stuff going on up like it used to back then.
Like
so there was
107.5.
Right. There's a lot of things that technology is gonna,
Evolve.
it's gonna evolve, and all that stuff is going to go away. But the character that you develop is what stays. Your dignity that you develop is what stays. That's what's everlasting. The fact that you had follow through, because most of your generation do not have follow through, but you do. You finish well. You are on time. You're targeted. You're intentional. So you have a lot of leadership qualities that will go in any market. So I have seen you go in quite a few different arenas and areas and succeed. Go straight to the top, because it wasn't about the class assignment. It was really about, how you yourself prepared, and how you cultured, and how your character, was stabilized and established.
I think I learned that at a young age. I grew up around leaders. I don't know if I've ever said that on here, but my home church, we were taught how to be leaders.
Yeah.
Taught how to show up, and like things like that. So I've had that example in my life since I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah.
And I think that, like you spoke about being imprinted on, that's been imprinted on me at a young age, and that's how I had to like sit and process that. And I'm like where did I begin? Like, where did this begin for me? And I remember being in trouble for being a leader.
Yeah. Wow.
And that kind of like stuck with me.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be a leader because I was getting in trouble for something I was unintentionally doing.
Now that part right there, leaders do get it. It's always your fault.
I don't understand that. I really still don't. But it's just like, it's not my fault they followed me. Sure, I was gonna jump off the cliff, and their mom told them not to jump off the cliff, but because I jumped off the cliff, and I'm sure my mama told me not to, then now I'm in trouble because I made them. When I never told them like do this, but that's always been a scary thing for me to be in leadership. But then when I finally grasped it, like, no, you don't really have a choice. Like, it's like it's like on me, and I'm like, okay, cool, but that's something that I had to kind of get over.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
A leader is somebody that's decided.
Ooh.
Period.
Thank you for joining us. Well, if you still out here, we pass out. We go. We going. We still going. Let it go. They are in here. They still hanging with that. That's that. Decided.
And most people don't make decisions.
They don't.
And so whoever is decided, they're just gonna go with them. So boom, you've just become a leader. You've become the moral captain. You've become the compass. You're the moral compass. You're the social compass. And it's like, I didn't ask for this, but you decided.
Dang.
And that's why they follow you, because most people struggle with making a decision.
And you know what? On the back end of that, I do. Because I was like, somebody be like, what you want to eat? You've been there. Yes. What you want to eat? Oh, you pick. But it's like, dang, like you have a leader is decide. We're gonna put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Because that is so real, because you do have to make a decision. And that's something that I have told people, like my peers and people that I've like led before, and not knowing that that's me having a decision. But it's the process of delegation. Over, let me just do it just because. But you have to delegate. As a leader, I learned that the hard way. I ain't even gonna go there. But you have to delegate, but that's also a trust issue if you can't delegate.
And then that's the real dividing line of a leader. Because some people are just following because you're decided, but they're not following you when you delegate. You're not their real leader. You're actually their Lord.
Jesus.
So there are people that follow me, but I'm their Lord and not their leader, because I can't delegate to them what we're doing together. Wow. And they usually don't even want to take assignments from me. I'm not your leader. I'm your Lord, because you can't make a decision. you know, and you trust that I'll at least make them that are going to be good for me. I'm still not your leader yet. I'm your Lord.
We just gonna sit that right there for a second. Wow.
You're not a leader. If I can't tell you what we doing and what to do and how to do it and what we're doing it for, if you can't take that direction from me and you can't take that delegation, I'm gonna say, okay, hey, well, you hold the bottom, you hold the top, and you hold the middle, and you like, I want you just want to be around because I'm decided because you feel safe here. No, I'm not your leader.
Wow.
And so don't you take the responsibility for those that have made you their Lord, but not their true leader. Gotcha. And I'm not either. So you could be around me and I already know I'm not your real leader. I'm just your Lord because you feel safe here. But if I can't delegate to you and you actually follow through, we're not on the same team. And so I'm not leading you.
Whoa.
Is what it is. But I don't have to make that. I don't have to decipher that. You've done it for us. So I'll let you stay around and make you feel comfortable. But I'm not your leader, and I don't take responsibility for you either.
Oh my God. But wait a minute. Why do you let that happen? Like the stay around part? Because me,
I just let them
you
stay
know
around.
me real well. You
Yeah.
know me. Yeah. Get out of my face, or I'm gonna kick you in the back, so you can fly. Like why?
Well, because I recently got the revelation of the masses, and I understand.
Oh no,
the masses are necessary.
Go there. Go there.
Should I go there?
Go there. Y'all with us. We here. We here.
How much time we got? When is the?
Oh, we need to do a part two. We need to do a part two. Oh my Lord. Okay.
But yeah, because Jesus, he had his 12 disciples. They were decided. They did what he asked them to do. They went, even when they didn't understand everything, they were true. But there were masses of people that followed him, that they were only there for the fish and the loaves. However, when Jesus was in the space where people wanted to kill him, when the Sanhedrin and the Pharisees Sanhedrin court and the Pharisees wanted to kill him, and the Bible says that they did not kill him because of the masses, not because of his disciples. Because if that many people knew what you were doing, they were going to talk about it, and they were going to be out of position. So Jesus was protected because of the masses. So I'm not going to get rid of my protection.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Why? So stay there.
Has it?
I didn't say that, she did.
I mean, think about it. They were bad. Let's really think back to it.
So I focus on who I'm truly leading.
Wow.
And that's where my attention and time goes. And that's what Jesus, he spoke to the masses. He even fed the masses. But he wasn't with them every day. He wasn't with them every day.
Oh my God.
But people that he had a real relationship with.
I think that's what another thing, like an immature. Yeah. I don't believe, and I don't know if this is I don't believe people say that leaders are born or leaders are formed.
Yeah, no.
I don't.
No, leaders are not born.
I don't believe that.
Leaders are not born. When I say that again, I'm talking about the imprint that you have. Like I'm telling you, a lot of this has a lot to do with the way that my daddy and my mama raised me. So I was raised to make decisions. I was raised to be.
And you're the oldest.
And I'm the oldest, but that didn't make me a leader. I had to choose to become a leader because I had to choose to delegate. I had to choose to come up with plans. I had to choose to be disciplined and share that. I had to choose to share my life. You know what I'm saying? That was a choice that I made. And so I do believe that, we're born in sin, shaped in iniquity, or we're born being formed by our family. So yeah, I'm formed because I was, disciplined or whatever the case was, that my mother shaped me. Got it. So yeah, I can make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not indecisive on most things. I know what I want, and I may not know how to get all the things that I want, but I know what I want. That's it. And I think most people are confusing that with leadership.
I can see that.
They're a leader, but they don't know how to ship.
If you didn't know, it's like we about to be gone, but you drop another like what is happening here? You a leader without the ship. Oh, you burnt. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
because that ship is, I'm not, if it sinks, I'm gonna sink with it. That's leadership. If
Right.
it fails, I'm gonna fail. That's leadership. That's a whole nother level of responsibility
That
and
reminds me
dedication.
of I watched the Titanic so many
Yeah.
times. And every time I watch it, it's 17 hours long. And I
Really.
sit and watch it the whole time. But the thing I remember is the captain went down with the ship.
Absolutely. That's
Ugh.
leadership. That's leadership. That's saying I am one with this thing, and
Yeah.
I'm going up or I'm going down with it. That's leadership.
Dang. Oh,
That's
my
not
goodness.
just a decision. That's dedication.
Okay, we bring you back.
That's so it's different. But yeah, so I'm so glad to have come, and I'm so glad. Glad to have been here. Oh.
This is why we cannot talk
I know. Yeah, this happens to us in real life
in real life.
all the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because it's just we just bink, and then you bink. And then I bink back out. You bink. I'm like, okay, well, thank you again. I think the people will agree. We're gonna have to bring it back because
Sure.
there's more. There's so much more to like dig in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We scratched the surface.
Yeah,
tonight.
that was really a scratch, like a little really. Oh, thank you. We now have things to take, and that's always the goal, to take something away from these conversations, for people to, just to hear these stories. I don't know. You preach at a pulpit pretty much every Sunday.
Right.
These are not things that you will be able to get to the people, and they can't all eat it.
Mm-mm.
So I just appreciate that. This conversation. Thank y'all for y'all time. I don't know when part 2 gonna come, but we got to bring you back, Miss Girl. We'll see y'all next month. Well, maybe not us. Maybe it'll be somebody different. We don't know. You never know with us. But we will see y'all every first Monday of the month. That's in pen. It's not my birthday. It's not will never be that. But I just want to make sure, you gotta think about that. We will see y'all again the first Monday in February. And again, subscribe. Yeah. We on YouTube, y'all. Subscribe. Share this. Share this with somebody who needs to hear this. A woman, a man.